What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Natural Hair and True Crime. By the way, yeah, I know I have little pieces of white stuff in my hair. It's actually aloe vera because I just put aloe vera in my hair as a pre-poo, and I'm gonna go ahead and wash it out, so pay no attention to that. But welcome if you guys are new to my channel. My name is Jataia, and here on my channel I do natural hair content, I do wig reviews, and I also discuss true crime cases while doing my natural hair. So if that is something you are interested in watching, I do recommend that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. That way you can continue to be updated when I am posting a new video. So I know a lot of y'all already probably have heard of this story and to know what I'm talking about, but of course I'm always going to give you a little background for those of you who haven't heard of this story and you are clicking on this video, or if you're just interested in seeing what I have to say about the case. Today I will be talking about the case of Ronald Gene Simmons. Now, so for those of you who don't know about this case, just a little background. Ronald Gene Simmons, if you don't know, this case is located in Arkansas. A little fun fact, I am actually from Arkansas and I reside in Arkansas. So I just felt like since this was around the holidays and me from being from Arkansas, and this case is kind of like super insane, I just felt it was only right to do it. So yeah, Ronald Gene Simmons, for those of you who don't know, of course he is a serial killer, you might as well say. He basically kills his whole family. Now when I say whole family, I mean everybody. He basically goes on a killing spree between Dover and Russellville, Arkansas, and yeah, I mean the case is just insane. So oh yeah, and by the way, I know Christmas is over. Yes, I still have my background up. Please don't judge. Don't worry, by next week it will be down. Okay, for those of you who love to judge, but I mean, yeah. I mean, I was supposed to record this video last week, but see, you know, I mean, that was during Christmas, and, you know, I was spending Christmas with my mom. So, yeah, it didn't happen. Don't judge me, but y'all have one for this week, and that's all that matters, right? Yeah. So, another thing, disclaimer, if I sound a little discombobulated while telling the story, please bear with me. Yeah, I'm running on a little bit of sleep. I have been up since 3 a.m. last night, and it is currently probably, hell, I ain't no telling y'all. It's probably like 1 or 2 in the morning. Not gonna lie. But I wanted to go ahead and get this video done. That way I can spend my off days editing it, because it takes me freaking forever to edit, especially these long videos. But I love y'all, and I love doing this, so I mean, hey, it's worth it. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all the disclaimer. If I sound out of there, that's why. But yeah, so I think that's all I got to say. Yeah, that's all I got to say. By the way, I hope you guys all enjoyed y'all's Christmas. And I hope each and every one of y'all got everything that y'all wanted. So I hope you guys spent plenty of time with family and friends and just enjoyed the holidays. Also, I hope you guys are staying safe, because I mean, I know the cases are rising. Well, they're definitely rising in Arkansas. I don't know about the other states, but yeah, hope y'all are staying safe as well. With all of that being said, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this video. Y'all, it's probably gonna be long as hell, I'm not even gonna lie, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking, and we're gonna get into it. So what I'll be doing to my hair is just putting a pre-poo on my hair. Y'all, ever since I had that allergic reaction, my scalp has just been itching. I mean, it's getting better, but I still feel like it's dry and itchy. So I'm going to be doing a DIY pre-poo on my hair to hopefully try to get rid of this itch. So I just got some aloe vera and some tea tree oil and a bunch of other oils mixed into this bottle. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be applying to my hair and scalp. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get right into this case. So before I get started, I just want to let y'all know, I know there has been a lot of different videos on this case. I mean, it's definitely one for Arkansas. Probably one of the most, if not the most horrific murder or family murder in Arkansas, and let alone, it's damn near, I know, definitely up there with a lot of other cases just throughout the whole US at least. So with that being said, since there's like millions and millions of documentaries, interviews, and videos on this case, I'm gonna try to not spend as much time trying to like discuss all of the background, but I am still going to discuss enough for y'all to understand, for those of you who have not heard of the case, and for those of you who, I mean, y'all have heard of Ronald Gene Simmons, but y'all don't necessarily like know like the background and what went down and what led up to the events that took place. So yeah. But yeah, so okay. Now I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to get right into it. So today's case is taking place in the location of Arkansas in 1987. And this is Ronald Gene Simmons. So Ronald was born July 15th of 1940 in Chicago, Illinois. And he was born the son of Loretta and William Simmons. Okay, my bad, y'all. I thought I liquefied this enough for it to be a straight liquid, but I'm having trouble getting it through the spray bottle. So I'm just going to be pouring this in my hand and applying it to my hair because ain't nobody got time to be dealing with all that. But yeah, anyway, so on July 31st of 1943, Ronald's biological dad, William, passed away from a stroke. Now, following this, I want to say about a good year or almost a year later, Ronald's mother, Loretta, ended up remarrying to a guy by the name of Ronald D. Griffin. So Ronald D. Griffin was actually in the Navy. And by the way, y'all, since it's two Williams we're talking about, I'm just going to say Griffin for the stepdad so that won't get confusing. But yeah, Griffin, Loretta, and Ronald ended up having to move to Arkansas due to Griffin being stationed from the Navy. I'm sorry, y'all, not the Navy, the U.S. Army. My apologies. Tell you, I'm running off low sleep here, but we're gonna get it together, I promise. So Ronald was actually the only child of Loretta. So Ronald spent most of his time not really getting along, or I'm not gonna say getting along, but not really socializing much with people. And actually, he ended up dropping out of high school and going into the Navy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna backtrack real quick. I'm always backtracking, y'all know. I'm known for that. When the family moved to Arkansas, because Griffin was stationed, they ended up moving within different areas in Arkansas. They never really just stayed in one place. But it was all through Central Little Rock, I want to say, or not Central Little Rock, I'm sorry, but Central Arkansas. That was probably another reason why Ronald was not able to really like socialize and make friends much, because they continuously had to move. Ronald being the only child, it was just difficult to make friends, especially when you're on the move all the time and not able to settle down to actually make legit friends. But yeah, like I said, fasting forward, finally in his high school days, of course, Ronald ends up dropping out of high school and goes into the Navy. So while in the Navy, Ronald ends up being stationed at the naval base in Washington. And while being stationed there, he actually meets his wife. Now, y'all, I do not want to jack this name up, so I'm going to put it on the screen, but I'm just going to call her Rebecca or Becky. Yeah, but I'm gonna probably call her Rebecca because she does have a daughter they call Becky. So not to get anything confused, I'm just call her Rebecca. Yeah, so Ronald ends up meeting his wife Rebecca, and they actually end up moving and getting married in New Mexico. They got married July 9th of 1960, and they begin to start their new life together in New Mexico. Now, following this marriage, it wasn't very long until Ronald and Rebecca ended up having their first child, which was a son whose name was Gene Simmons. So with this first child, the couple are excited. I mean, of course, because it's their first child. And not too long after that, actually, they end up having a second child. And this time, it happens to be a baby girl. And this baby girl's name was Sheila Simmons. Now, I know it's definitely one thing to have your first son, but then I know it's definitely like I mean, it's still exciting, but it's different when you have your first girl. So just like with their first baby boy, Gene, Ronald and Rebecca were even more excited to bring in a baby girl into the world. Now, while both were extremely excited to bring their first baby girl into the world, it seems as though Ronald was a whole lot more excited than Rebecca. And for those of you who are just watching and learning about the background on this story, you will understand what I'm talking about. All right, so Ronald and Rebecca, they have their baby boy and their baby girl. And like I said, Ronald seems to be extremely obsessed with Sheila, which actually, unfortunately, will end up later on turning into a very unhealthy father-daughter relationship. And yeah, it's creepy. Fasting forward now, within the next 18 years, Ronald and Rebecca will go to have 6 more children. And as the family continued to grow, unfortunately, Ronald's obsession with his first daughter, Sheila, just continued to fester. And unfortunately, I know I keep saying unfortunately, but y'all, this, sick. But he would become so infatuated with his own daughter that he began to sexually abuse her. And y'all, y'all. So they're still in New Mexico, right? They have all of their children. Now, children are going to school. And with all of this going on, by the way, I forgot to mention. So Ronald ended up leaving the Navy and joining the Army. And he actually ended up getting some, before he retired from the Army, he actually ended up getting some bronze medals. While he was in the Army, he was making some pretty good money. But as time went on and as he left, things obviously started to get rough. But I'll get to that a little bit later on. Now, as this is going on, now the children are growing up, and as the years are going by, Ronald continues to sexually abuse his own daughter, Sheila. And let me just say, this is the only child that he continued to sexually abuse. Now, for some reason, which it doesn't state, I don't know if it just doesn't say this or if it's just legit wasn't a thing. Apparently, no one in the house, including Sheila's own mother, knew that Ronald was doing this to her, and he got away with this for quite some time. I mean, we're talking years. So they're all still in Mexico, right? They're living in Mexico. And finally, it seems as if Ronald's abuse towards Sheila is going to be put to an end when actually one of his neighbors, on many occasions, come to find out, had witnessed him giving Sheila a goodbye kiss. You know how you give your kid a kiss goodbye, before you send them off to go on the school bus or walk to school or whatever, however they get to school. But this wasn't the case, apparently, according to the neighbors. When Sheila and Ronald, let's just say, doing more than your friendly father-daughter kiss. That's what I want to say. With the neighbors seeing this, they immediately go ahead and go to the police and report this, because, I mean, who wouldn't? You literally minding your business on the dang porch or wherever you at, and you just don't happen to look towards your neighbor house and then see the father, Lord knows doing what to his daughter. I don't blame them for calling the cops and reporting it. So with this report, they go ahead and start this investigation on Ronald for sexually abusing his daughter. So they take the investigation as far as to question Sheila at school, which is very smart. So you'll be able to, get her by herself so she's able to tell the truth. So the counselor ends up calling her into the office and basically questioning her about what's possibly going on at home between her and her father. And y'all, what she tells them, you just would not expect it. I mean, it's one thing. I'm gonna just say that she go ahead and she confesses and basically tells them that yes, she has been being sexually abused by her own father. But what makes matters even worse is she tells them that she is pregnant with her father's child. Now, y'all, I don't know how I would be like hearing this from a child in high school, and I would not let this child out of my sight, okay? Like, no. So with this confession, oh baby, they is on Ronald's ass. So you think? And they immediately go ahead and, I want to say they try to go ahead and go to the house, or maybe not yet, but they definitely are plotting up and trying to gather enough evidence, which I know that was the straw that broke the camel's back, that confession right there. But with that evidence, they are just trying to gather everything and make sure they have their ducks in a row before they go to Ronald's doorstep and hit him with this damn arrest, okay? But somehow, and y'all, I don't know how this happens, somehow Ronald gets word before they're actually able to go to his house to arrest him. He gets word that the cops are after him. They know that he has been sexually abusing his own daughter, and they know that she's pregnant. Now, I'm assuming, I feel like the reason why he found out is because of Sheila. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm still kind of like wondering on that part. Like, how the hell he know that they were finna like basically come and break his damn door down, finna arrest him. But yeah, so anyway, so he ends up realizing, okay, the cops are after him, and he's panicked. Like, he's like frantic. He's not finna go to jail. So once he finds out the cops are basically on his tail, while at home, he goes ahead and tells his wife and all of his kids to pack their stuff. They are finna move immediately. I mean, I don't even know if they like packed up everything. Honestly, I feel like that he just like left in a rush and told them like, we're moving. Let's get the hell out of here. And so that's what happened. And mind y'all, they're still in New Mexico. So now Ronald is on the run, and he's trying to figure out where he can go that he know the cops more than likely won't be on his tail as much, and you know, kind of is a like laid back, chill area. And of course, from him already previously living in Arkansas, so he ends up going to Arkansas. So he tells his family, we're moving to Arkansas, come on, let's go. But so they all moved to Arkansas, and I want to say once they moved to Arkansas, they end up moving to the Lonoke County and staying there for a while. But eventually they ended up moving to Dover, Arkansas, which is where they stay. So now y'all, this is where it kind of gets crazy, and you're just like, what the F? But just listen to me and bear with me. Okay, so between 1981 and 1983, they kind of like jump around from different places through central Arkansas trying to find a place to stay. Now, the reason for this is because Ronald is on the run now, of course, because he's afraid that the cops are on his tail for him sexually abusing his daughter. So he feels like he has to constantly move around in order for the cops to not be on his tail and figure him out. But what I mean, he doesn't even know is as soon as they moved from New Mexico, I mean, don't get me wrong, like they was finna get him. They were going to lock him up and throw away the key, honey, okay? They were going to get him. But as soon as he like fled, they dropped the case. Now, I don't know why, but all I know is the case was dropped and they just left it alone. Like, he moved, oops, okay, oh well, somebody else's problem now. And they dropped it, which is absolutely insane to me, but yeah. So anyway, so he's continuing to move different places within Arkansas. And then finally, I guess he comes to, I don't know, this conclusion or thought that he is no longer going to continue to move different places. He's going to find a place where he can stay and not have to worry about constantly running from cops. So Ronald ended up discovering this land in Dover, Arkansas. That was about 13 acres. Now this land was basically in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it was, I don't know, I want to say the closest town, well, yeah, I think the closest town was Russellville. Yeah, so he found this land in the middle of nowhere, no houses near it, and he just thought it was perfect. So he ended up getting this land. I want to say it was on top of a hill. Even though he got this land, there was literally no house. It was just the land itself. You would think, okay, so they got this land, they're gonna go ahead, I guess, and get a house built. Wrong, y'all. So tell me why this man goes to a junkyard, finds two like broken down, just like, I might as well say pieces of scrap. They're in the junkyard. Two mobile homes broken down. Take it back to this land, put these broken mobile homes, put them together and calls it their home. And that's their home. I don't know. I didn't even know that was, I guess. I mean, it'd be different. I can understand because, I mean, I've heard of people, you know, buying junk and, you know, flipping it and turning it, but that wasn't the case here. He literally just bought these houses as they were, put them together, and that was it. Like, no renovations, no nothing, okay? If you think that's bad, they didn't have any indoor plumbing either. So, which means they had to go outside to use the restroom. No indoor plumbing. So Ronald actually makes all of his children dig a cesspit or cesspool, whatever you want to call it, cesspit, cesspool. But anyway, but if y'all don't know what that is, it's basically where you dig a deep hole, I guess, and that's where you go to use the bathroom. Yeah. So they ended up, he made them dig the cesspit kind of like at the end of their land, and that was their plumbing. Jesus. Oh Lord, I don't even know how to survive. So no plumbing, which means they had no like water to shower, obviously, and of course, you know, they got the cesspit because they don't have no toilet. So Ronald is like, oh, this is perfect. Got the cesspit dug up. We got our own land. We got the raggedy trailers, put them together. Got a big mobile home now. I mean, we doing good. Now, the only thing that is missing is a fence. So what does he do? Because apparently, I mean, already being out in the middle of nowhere wasn't enough. He had to go ahead and build a fence for even more security. And it was said that on his land, with the fences, I mean, they said some of the, I guess, different parts of the fence were like 10 feet high. For what reason, I have no clue. But I mean, he wanted to make sure that nobody knew that they were there, or at least he didn't want nobody in his business, I guess you could say. So yeah, he done built this fence and had a bunch of no trespassing signs. I mean, he made it clear that nobody but family was to be on that land. So Ronald and Rebecca and all 8 of their children are living in this home. So now that they're moved in and everything, it seems like it's calmed down now. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. So, you know, while Ronald was on the run, of course, for sexual abuse and, you know, paranoid the whole time while he was continuing to hop from different place to different place within Arkansas, you know, the whole time he was still raping his daughter, right? Don't know if I mentioned it, but yeah, that was still going on. But you were literally paranoid and hopping from place to place because of that very reason, and you're still continuing to do it. So, I mean, that's just confirmation that, okay, he basically did all of this so he can just peacefully like rape her. I don't know, y'all, but that's what the hell it seemed like to me. You went through all this trouble to have your privacy so you can still do that. Boy, that don't make no sense. So yeah, he's continuing to rape her, and by the way, y'all, so she's had the baby. So she's had the baby, and she actually named it Sylvia. So, and I want to say this is Ronald's first grandchild and what, 9th child. Y'all, I don't know what the hell going on, but fasting forward, I want to say the three oldest of the Simmons family grown up, went their ways, and actually Sheila ends up getting married and actually having another child. So now she has 2 kids. Let me backtrack. So yeah, I want to say Rebecca, she was a stay-at-home mom. I haven't really read anywhere where she was working. So Ronald was basically, he was the provider. I mean, that's why when they had to move, what he said went, it had to go, and they had to move. Now they're kind of running low on money. So now Ronald has to get back out there and make some shake in order to provide for his family. He have quite a big one now. Ronald ends up taking small jobs in Russellville, you know, kind of like, I guess, cleaning up houses, I don't know, cleaning cars, stuff like that. But eventually that kind of cut out, considering that a lot of people did not like Ronald. Because, I mean, by the way, going back to them not having any indoor plumbing, which meant that, I mean, I'm assuming didn't take that many baths because they didn't have the water to do it. So yeah, I'm going to say Ronald was not just the best in the hygiene department. I'm just gonna put it like that. And people didn't want that in their house. I mean, especially I wouldn't be wanting to smell that. So yeah, eventually it was kind of difficult for him to continue up those jobs. So he had to begin to actually trying to look for like legit jobs. And he actually found a couple. He ended up actually getting this job at this place called Woodline Motor Freight, but he ended up quitting due to him being reported of sexual harassment. Yeah, I swear this man just would not learn his dang lesson. So yeah, he was reported, ended up having to quit that job, and he actually eventually ended up getting a job at a grocery store. So the name of this grocery store was called Sinclair Mini Mart. And he actually ended up working this job for, I want to say, 1.5 years before he quit on December 17th of 1987. So fasting forward, like I said, Sheila, she actually moves out of the house. She's married and got her own family going. And Ronald is not happy about that. Okay, I'm just going to say that. He's not happy at all. So we're just going to keep that in mind. I mean, basically, the love of his life is not there for him to basically sexually abuse at his will. I'm like, it's just sick as hell. Like, how are you anyway. So that's one thing against Ronald. He's not able to find any jobs anymore, any quick paying jobs, because he's not clean and just has good health and good hygiene. He ended up having to quit one job because people were reporting him for sexual harassment. By the way, I mean, when people describe Ronald, they describe him as being, I mean, just a country hillbilly a-hole that's just, I mean, just disgusting, stinks, and just very antisocial, you might as well say. So he had that problem. Then as time went on, throughout the last years of Ronald and Rebecca's marriage, it was said that Rebecca would actually leave Ronald definitely more than once, like leaving him leave him permanently. But for some reason, she just kept coming back. But yeah, so we're just gonna say definitely the last few years of Ronald and Rebecca's marriage wasn't very pretty, not by long shots. And that was just another thing slighted against Ronald, I guess you can say. Everything that is able to not go right in Ronald's life is not going right. And to top it all off, which makes things worse, going back to Sheila, of course, she moving out and him not being happy with that at all. I didn't mention before, but when Sheila first snitched, or I'm not even gonna say snitch, confessed, because I mean, that's not snitching at all, but according to Ronald it is. But yeah, ever since Sheila confessed to the school and the police that her father was sexually abusing her, Ronald has said that she has betrayed him and that he cannot trust her anymore. And what else does fool say? I mean, y'all, he actually like legit wrote her a letter stating that, and like that he cannot trust her and he will see her in hell and everything. Y'all, I swear. I mean, the man is sick. The man has issues for real. But yeah, so we're just gonna say like it's not going good for Ronald. I mean, he's already lost the love of his life, aka his own daughter. He's basically finna lose his wife. What you think he would be should be the most worried about. And he just can't seem to get it right as far as when it comes to his financial needs, or not financial needs, but financial issues. Now, y'all, this is kind of where I'm sorry, I don't really have much answers when it comes to the reasoning for what goes down that I'm actually about to explain. Apparently, now I don't know exactly like when this happened, but definitely sometime, you might as well say, I guess a few days before Christmas, Ronald, he's so fed up to the point everybody is against him. He has nobody left. Everybody is out to get him and they're trying to hurt him. And in his mind, he has to get them before they get him. So Ronald came up with the idea that he would just kill his whole family. Easier said than done. Kill them all, and won't have to worry about anybody killing them or trying to hurt him. Yeah. So going ahead on December 22nd, it was said that Ronald went into Walmart in Russellville, bought a .22 caliber and a whole lot of ammo, and it was said that he would go ahead and kill his whole family. Y'all, when I say whole, I mean everybody. Now, the original plan was to go ahead and just kill everybody on Christmas, because I mean everybody would be at the house anyway, visiting. It's Christmas break, everybody will be together. That'll be the perfect time to just go ahead and nip it in the bud and get it taken care of. But apparently December 22nd, I don't know, Ronald, he just said, F it, I'm gonna go ahead and start killing now. So this is how it go down. I'm gonna explain it like this. Y'all know this video is probably gonna be long as hell, but I'm gonna go ahead and try my best to, explain what went down as quick as possible. Okay, so Ronald invites his first son over, which is Gene. So Gene comes over with his 3-year-old, his 3-year-old daughter, Barbara, to the house. So y'all, all right, like I said, hope you got your seatbelt on, because baby, I'm finna just shoot it how it go down, okay? Okay. So Gene pulls up to the family home, and Ronald and Rebecca are already standing outside ready to greet him. Now, as soon as Gene gets out of the car, Ronald pulls out the .22 caliber and shoots him. And I want to say he shoots him in the head, but I don't want to lie and say that was true. But I felt like I read that, but don't quote me. I just know he shoot him, and he dies instantly. So yeah, he shoots him, and before his wife can basically get a chance to react and see and realize what she just seen, he shoots her straight like that. Now, like I said, Gene had his 3-year-old daughter, Barbara, with him. And you would think, with that being his own granddaughter and she being 3 years old at that he would, kind of leave her alone. Wrong. So yeah, he strangles his own granddaughter, drowns her just to make sure that she is, I guess, dead. So then he takes all of the bodies, drag them to the cesspit, and put them in the cesspit. Cesspool pit. Y'all know what I'm saying. The outdoor plumbing. So yeah. And just like that, Ronald Gene Simmons has literally 3 bodies. Just like that. I don't even think it might not even been 10. It might not even been 5. But y'all feel what I'm saying? Just like that, he got 3 bodies. Okay. Now, he done dragged bodies down to the cesspit. So he goes back up to the house, and he basically sits and chill and waits for his younger kids that are still in school to arrive to the house. Oh, Jesus, here we go. So the kids arrive home, and it's 17-year-old Loretta, 14-year-old Eddie, 11-year-old Marianne, and 8-year-old Becky run to the house. So Ronald greets them at the door and is like, hey, I got a surprise for all of you. It's an early Christmas present, but I'm going to give it to you guys one at a time. So y'all each have to wait here right outside so I can give you your gift. So all of the kids are excited, and Ronald starts with 17-year-old Loretta. Loretta walks into the house. Ronald closed the door, and literally as soon as he closed the door, he strangles his own daughter to death. And then to make sure that she's dead, I guess, he drowns her in a rain barrel. Now it is on to 14-year-old Eddie. So he does literally the exact same thing to Eddie, the exact same thing to Marianne, and then the exact same thing to 8-year-old Becky. And literally just like that, majority of his family is killed. So then he takes those bodies, drags them to the cesspit, and y'all, literally for the next couple of days, I want to say, or 3 days, he's chilling. Because mind you, this all happened on December 22nd. He's just chilling at home, drinking, watching TV, while part of his family is rotting in feces. I don't know what to say, but yeah, okay. Moving on. 3 days pass, and on December 26th of 1987, the rest of the family show up to the house to visit, the parents and the rest of their family for Christmas. So, second person to arrive to the house is Billy and his wife, Renata. I think that's how you pronounce it, Renata, but if not, I'll list it here. But yeah, so they pull up to the house with their 20-month-old son, Trey. I'm sorry, y'all. So I want to say Billy is, I think 20. He's either 22 or 23, around that age. And his wife is 21. And their son, Trey, is 20 months old. Keep that in mind. So as soon as they pull up, before they can get out the car good, Ronald shoots Billy and Renata, instantly killing them. And he takes 20-month-old Trey, literally his own grandson, and strangles him to death and drowns him. Whew, y'all. And last but definitely not least, according to Ronald, so Sheila shows up to the house with her husband and her 2 kids, and y'all, honestly, the cycle just repeats itself. He does the exact same thing with Sheila, surprisingly, even though that was his favorite child. Quotes for favorite. He shoots them both instantly and strangles his 2 grandchildren. Now, mind you, one of those children is his own child, but at this point, we already know that doesn't matter, considering he just took out his wife and whole family. But not that matters. But I'm just, trying to keep y'all in the know, and so y'all can be aware. So yeah. Killed his grandchild and his grandchild/child, and that concludes his killing for now. So now the only thing different that Ronald did with these bodies is he actually didn't drag them to the cesspit, and he actually just covered their bodies with a coat, all except for Sheila. Oh, he had a very special cloth for Sheila, okay? So he took one of Rebecca's finest tablecloths and he wrapped her up. And I want to say I read somewhere where he had placed her on the table. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know he wrapped her in this very special, expensive tablecloth, I guess you would say. So after he got done with his last victims, God, Jesus, this is crazy. So he's done with his goal, I guess. So I guess he's gonna reward himself and go out for a damn drink, and then comes back home and drinks and does the same thing basically and watches TV. Yeah, and I almost forgot a part. So I want to say, I guess it was before he went out drinking. I really don't know when, but I know after he had killed everybody, he ended up going to Russellville to Sears to pick up some packages. Actually, it was Christmas gifts that were left at Sears, obviously, because Rebecca couldn't pick him up. So Ronald, of course, I guess trying to be smart, was like, if I don't go pick up these gifts, it's gonna look, you know, suspicious. So he goes to pick up the gifts. So he's back at home with the woo, and he's basically drinking his damn life away and watching TV, big chilling. So y'all, like, and mind you, this is all on December 26th. This is when all this happened, the killing. So he's good. He's got that out his system. He's chilling. Monday, December 28th of 1987. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if this was just a part of his plan all along. Ronald Gene Simmons decides that he was going to turn himself in. But there was actually a few more errands that Ronald needed to do and a few more loose ends that he needed to tie up before he actually went ahead and turned himself in. And now I'm gonna take y'all on another ride. For those of you who haven't heard the story, I mean, I know it's a lot. For those of you who already seen it, and y'all are actually watching me, I mean, I'm grateful for that, even though you already know the story. Thank you so much for watching it. But yeah, for those of you who haven't, buckle up again. Okay, so December 28th is here. Ronald decides to go into Russellville. He actually stops by Walmart and buys another gun. And then he heads off to his first errand. So the first stop that Ronald made was to a law firm called Peel Eddie Gibson Law Firm. And at this law firm was a woman by the name of Kathy Kendricks. She was actually the receptionist for the law firm. Ronald walks through the door, sees Kathy, shoots her on sight, kills her. First errand is done, and now he's on to his second errand. So Ronald walks out, gets back in his car, and drives to Taylor Oil Company. So he arrives here and he spots his old boss, who is the owner of the mini mart that he used to work in. So he sees him, shoots him. He doesn't kill him, but he does wound him. So yes, he did survive. He shoots another man. Y'all, my bad. I'm sorry if I'm not naming all the names. It's just so many names in this story. I'm trying to keep up with it, but if not, I will definitely make sure to link all of the sources, obviously, so you can read up on it and know all the names for yourselves. But yeah, it's a lot. So yeah, he then proceeds to shoot this other man who was actually a trucker for the oil company, shoots him and kills him. Okay. So then he leaves and he heads to the mini mart, Sinclair mini mart, where he used to work. So y'all, as soon as he goes into this mini mart, I mean, he just starts shooting. Now, luckily, nobody died, but he did injure 2 people. But thank goodness they did not die. Thank God. And finally, I know y'all are like, God dang, how many stops did he make? Because I'm thinking the same thing. All right, so he drives from the mini mart and he finally pulls up to Woodline Motor Freight Company. Now at this company, I mean, he had a supervisor who was a woman, his old supervisor, that apparently went down, and basically he's getting his vengeance. Oh, I felt like, I guess, because I mean, that was the one where he had to quit because they reported him sexual harassing. So yeah, he walks into the door, sees his old supervisor, and shoots her in the head and the chest. Thankfully, she survived. I don't know how in the world, but I mean, it was obviously a miracle, but she did survive the shooting. Then after he shoots her, finally, Ronald Gene Simmons is done with his killing spree. So then he proceeds to take, I want to say a worker who worked at Woodline, and held her hostage and made her call the police. And he told her, and these are his exact words according to the woman, he was saying he had come to do what he needed to do. He's done, and he's basically gotten everybody that was trying to hurt him. So he like telling her to call the cops. So she calls the cops. They both are waiting there. The cops pull up and they arrest him. All right, y'all, so going just straight into the trial. On May 12th of 1988, Ronald was convicted for the 2 murders in Russellville. And then on May 16th of 1988, he was sentenced to death by lethal injection and an additional 147 years. With all of this, you know, he actually refused the rights to appeal. So he did not want to appeal this. I mean, he actually like wanted to die for this. Now on February 10th of 1989, Ronald was found guilty of 4 counts of capital murder for his family. And yeah, I just want to say what went down at this trial. By the way, I mean, he again refused to appeal it, and he didn't want to appeal it, and he was okay with the sentencing. But y'all, so while this was going down, I want to say, I guess in the second trial, so y'all, Ronald apparently lost his mind and punched his own attorney in the face, and then tried to grab a one of the, I guess the guards of the police officer's handgun. So of course, I mean, he was unsuccessful and he wasn't able to get the gun. But yeah, so keep that in mind. But yeah, he's still not trying to appeal. So finally on May 16th of 1989, Ronald was sentenced to death by lethal injection. And fasting forward, actually on May 31st of 1990, Bill Clinton, who was governor at the time, signed Ronald's second execution warrant. And he was actually sentenced to be killed on June 25th of 1990. So June 25th rolls around and Ronald Gene Simmons is sentenced to death by lethal injection. But yeah, that is basically the story of Ronald Gene Simmons. He killed his whole family in Dover, Arkansas, and then went to Russellville, Arkansas, and killed an additional 2 people and injuring multiple. I have to say, out of all the cases that I have done, this is probably the most sickening, disgusting case there is. Not murdering wise, as far as, you know, how it happened, but more of just it happening and the reasoning for it. I mean, you go as far as, it's one thing when you kill your wife, not condoning it, but I'm just saying it's literally one thing when you kill your wife, then you turn around and kill your kids, and then on top of that, you kill your kids' kids. Like these, I mean, we talking about 20-month-olds, 3-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 21-month-olds. Don't know anything that's going on. How, like, I'm trying to figure out how they out to get you. Like, y'all, so I know this video is already long. I'm gonna go ahead and ask a few questions and leave the floor to y'all. Mostly, yeah. Some questions I have, I'm gonna go ahead and state them now. So, why in the world did he think his family was out to get him? That is something I'm not understanding. I understand, I mean, because it explains it, but at the same time, are you serious? Like, I mean, we know for the majority part, as far as, you know, him having a very strong love-hate relationship with his oldest daughter, Sheila, and the sexual abuse, and she reporting him, which she was supposed to do. I don't know why he thought she wasn't. Another question is, how in the world did Rebecca, the mother, continue to be with him? Better yet, could she not kill him? I mean, it just hear me out. You know, I don't know. There's many things, you know, I just want to say, I don't condone killing just to kill, okay? But when I feel like some different situations, it's definitely valid. Me personally, I feel like this is one of those situations. There's no way I'm going to continue to be with a man and he literally impregnated my daughter, and better yet, she's raising that child within the house. There's no way that's happening. No. There's no way I would still be with him. This is my thing. She should have killed him. Because, and y'all just hear me out, but just thinking about it, if she would have killed him when she had found out what he was doing to their daughter, all of them would be alive right now. All of them would be celebrating Christmas. Yes, it would be difficult, but at the same time, very relieving. Another question I have, why was he so infatuated with Sheila? Like, you know, usually with families and fathers end up molesting their child, they usually don't just molest one, they're like molesting all. So, but him, I mean, he only molested Sheila. Why? Like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a lot about this case. I'm just like, what's the point of having a wife? Well, like, why do you have a wife? If you're in, I don't know. It's just so messed up. I know one thing though. She should have killed him. She should have killed him. Get that in the bud, everybody would be alive. And yeah, either that or she should have like Reddit on him. She should have reported him. Man, there is absolutely no way that I know about it. I'm going to continue to be with him. I don't care what situation is going on. If I have to be homeless, no. Y'all comment down below what y'all think of that situation. Why you think she continued to stay with him even though he was raping their daughter? Another question. So with one of the women he did kill, the reason I feel like it was with the first one, I want to say, the woman at the law firm, he was actually trying to hit on her and she like turned him down, and that's why he killed her. I feel like it's just different factors, but what I would never understand is killing the entire family. Like, what made him sit down and be like, I am going to kill every single one of my family members. I'm going to kill the grandkids. I'm killing everybody. Like, what thought made him do that and then turn himself in? Another thing, I feel like usually I'm all for the death penalty, especially in cases like this, but I feel because he wanted it so bad, he already wanted to die, he was expecting it, this is what he wanted, I feel like he shouldn't have got it. And I know that sounds weird, like sometimes I just feel like it's too easy. This is one of those cases. I mean, he was literally refusing his appeal, so he already knew, like, his plan was to kill everybody and then after that kill himself without having to do it himself. So y'all comment down below, what do y'all think? What are y'all's takes on that? Do you feel like he shouldn't have gotten the death penalty? Was that too easy? You feel like he should have done life just in a very confined cell? Or do you feel like he got what he needed? He needed to die just like the rest of his family. I don't know. That is a tough one. I actually have like a few more questions, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I can't think of them right now. Probably because I am literally running on 0 sleep. Well, I'm running on some. I guess I can say 5, but I mean, I've been up since 3, and I know it's probably like 1 something in the morning now, because I tend to take long on videos. But hey, at least I'm off tomorrow, so I can sleep in. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, guys. Definitely comment y'all's thoughts. When y'all first heard about this, what were y'all thinking? And comment down if you were from Arkansas. I want to connect with my fellow Arkansans. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video. Before I go though, I do want to say I appreciate every single one of you guys who have taken the time to watch my videos. Sit down and watch it if you really enjoy my videos. I thank you so much, because I do enjoy making these videos for you guys. Go ahead and make sure that you also comment down below if you have any cases that you want me to go over and discuss on my channel. I will definitely look at them and check them out. But yeah, that is all for me today. I'm gonna go ahead and unfortunately still have to wash my hair in deep conditioner before I can actually hop in the bed, but that is okay because I got an off day ahead of me. I'm going to use that to rejuvenate. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video.